Swift.
Match 45 then. India already eye the semi-final, possibly beyond. The Dutch have done themselves proud in this tournament, and Bengaluru will bid goodbye to the tournament as well. So on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo Match Day, powered by Qatar Airways, Aaron Finch and Anil Kumble, to answer very quickly whether India need to make any changes, what do they need to do keeping the semi-final in mind, and what we can expect from both teams. Let's start with the team. It's been almost a week since their last game. Would you want to rest anyone ahead of this, Anil?
No, until and unless there's some niggle that requires a couple more days for the semi-final so that they are fresh, if at all, then you look at a fast bowler and then perhaps play a Prasidh Krishna. That's the only thing. I don't see that India will look to change, because it's been, like I said, it's last Sunday that India played, and it's a week. So a week, whatever niggles you have should be fine for you to go ahead. I wouldn't want to see any change.
I'm sure some fans would be thinking, if you're the captain of that side, Finchy, Bumrah's your most important bowler. What if he gets a bit of a pull or a muscle pull here? Let's rest him here and let's keep him ready for the semi-final.
What if he doesn't? And he goes into the semi-final with even more confidence? I don't think you can play with the form of players, particularly match-winning players in your team. Bumrah, Shami, Siraj, Kuldeep, Jadoo. I mean, I don't see any point in resting them. If it was a 2-day turnaround from their last game, you would contemplate it. 5 days, they'll be fine. 6 days, no problem whatsoever. Because then you have to think maybe 10 days between matches, then that could start to play an issue. You start slowly in a semi-final, and you could start to have that flow-on effect. So, same team for me. They
started the tournament liking to chase. They've suddenly become an impressive team batting first. Will what they do in this game be what they want to do in the semi-final, and what would you like to see them do if they win the toss?
It doesn't really matter. I think you should just look to play this game the way you want to. Looking at the conditions, Bangalore, you can chase, and if you're batting first, it's still a good surface. It's a small ground. India have done well both ways, so I don't think there's any issue on that. I think you can look at the semi-final later on after this game, but generally go there, get runs on the board, and then you can defend. And that's something that you would like to do. If try and get the 50 overs, get the batting going. All the batters would want that feel of getting in and getting some runs in the middle, and you would want that. So that's something that I'm sure India will look to do.
You agree with that, Finchi?
Yeah, I do. I think you just have to play the game that's in front of you, not read too much into it. Wankhede will be a different surface altogether to what it will be in Bangalore. So. First, if I was there, I'd win the toss and try and bat first.
In which case, if let's assume that scenario, you might have a situation where you don't get all your batters enough game time. With due respect to the Dutch, this is good batting conditions, strong Indian team. Any boxes that you'd like to further take or tweak over here with, say, maybe a KL Rahul going up, or give a little more game time to Surya Kumar Yadav, who's not quite had as many balls in the middle as some of the others? Would you think of all that in this game at all?
Maybe they come up to number 4 and 5 and Shreyas. He's had a good couple of innings throughout this tournament. I think he plays a type of game that is a little bit higher risk than the others. So, I mean, he doesn't need many balls either to get into his work. So maybe that you just shuffle that around a little bit. If you get off to a good start and you're batting first, if you're batting second and they're chasing 200, maybe you look to do it as well. And Virat, he just goes down to number 5 or something like that.
You took it from me. I was going to say is four as high as you're allowed to bat now.
and do that at Bangalore at your own peril. If Virat starts sliding down the order, it could be a riot.
Right, he wants, and he deserves that milestone 100, the 50th. Let's see if it comes at his IPL home ground. Let's talk about the Dutch, though, and what they could gain from this. It's a hugely significant game for the Netherlands, that they were here, they've done themselves proud, and they'll be playing the home team, and what we can expect is a packed house at your home ground.
Yes, it'll be a packed house. I'm already getting calls for tickets for that. That is never ending till the match starts. So, I mean, the Dutch have done exceptionally well in this tournament. They've beaten South Africa, who are in the semi-finals.
Yes.
So that's a big tick for them. And they've beaten Bangladesh, and both literally convincingly, which is credit to the way they have come about. And they have given other teams not easy games. I mean, it was tough for all of them, and even as individuals, they have stood up. They have stood up with a plan.
Yeah.
You can see that there is something very organized in the way they go about. So a lot of ticks to in terms of the way they have come through in this World Cup, they'd like to finish on a high.
Yep.
If they can run India close, they will be very happy. If they can beat India, that's like that'll be a great story for them. But they would like to certainly put up a good show, which they are capable of.
I mean, there have been senior teams or full member teams that have lost to India with huge margin. If the Dutch can put in a performance here, is it a good game for them though? A good time with India perhaps having one eye on the semi-final. It's not a bad time actually to play the host to see if you can get them on an off day.
Oh, I think the way India's played throughout this tournament, there's never a good day to play them. I think they've just been so professional and so disciplined, so perfect right throughout this tournament, all bar the first 2 overs of their batting innings against Australia in the first match. They've been flawless right the way through. They haven't really been challenged. So I don't expect that to change tomorrow against the Netherlands. But Scott Edwards has led their team really well. Like you said, they're very disciplined, they're organised, they've got a real plan. So all it takes is one person to stand up and do something really special. And we've seen them do it individually in patches throughout this tournament. Just takes one day.
All right, Aaron Finch, Anil Kumble, I think it's safe to say that India are overwhelming favourites.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time and your thoughts. That's the final game of the league stage, India versus the Netherlands in Bengaluru on Sunday. This was our build-up to it on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo Matchday, powered by Qatar Airways.
Stunning looks, then swift,